Hello everyone and welcome to Riordanverse News, your one-stop spot for everything Riordanverse, whether it be books, adaptation or anything in between. This is the place you want to be, so be sure to hit that subscribe button before we get into today's news, because we've got quite a little bit to get into today. So let's dive in. First up, we have some Rick Riordan Presents imprint news, in the fact that Shah, the story by Roshani Chokshi, is coming to an end. The finale of the Shah story, Shah and the Nectar of Immortality, is coming April 3rd, and it's already gotten in some rave early reviews. The fact that this was the first book of the imprint and it's just coming to a finale now is just incredible, and the fact that there are so many stories now in this imprint when we only just started with one with Roshani is just mind-blowing. So if you haven't already checked out Shah and all the other Rick Riordan Presents imprint books, be sure to go do so. Links are going to be in the description box, as well as for the pre-order / order links for the finale of Shah. I'm slowly working my way through that series right now and I am loving it, so I can't wait to when I get to the finale. But into some Rick Riordan related book news. We had a little bit of an update to do with the Solangelo book, but not many people are aware of it because it was a comment left on Goodreads. Now, someone asked Rick on Goodreads to do with the Solangelo book that basically is just wondering if there's going to be a happy ending, because they're a little bit worried, as are most people, about Will and Nico's journey, especially as we've learned that it is related to Tartarus. And thankfully, Rick has just put all of our minds at ease. Well, the Nico and Will book is being co-written with Mark Oshiro, who is non-binary Latinx. And while I can't give away the beautiful ending they have crafted, I think it's safe to say they share your concerns and love for Nico and Will. I'm doing my revisions of Mark's draft now, and it's been a wonderful experience. The book will be out in 2023. Now, though it doesn't technically say there's going to be a happy ending, the fact that obviously we know that Mark, who is someone who is non-binary and queer, is involved in the writing of the book, we can safely assume that there's probably not going to be a traumatic ending, because we know what's that like and we don't really want to do that. We enjoy the angst, but we're not going to kill anyone unless, the story calls for it. But even still, there's Nico and Will, there will likely be no death. So some sense of calming of the heart of the fear when the notice of the fact that the story is going to take place in Tartarus occurred. So hopefully this will help put a little few more minds at ease about what's going to happen. But going into adaptation news now for the Percy Jackson show, we have gotten the update that there are new casting announcements going out for more characters, alongside how many episodes they will be appearing in. These characters are Sally Jackson, Gabe Ugliano, Chiron / Mr. Bronner, Dionysus, Luke Castellan, Alecto / Mrs. Dodds, Medusa, and Selenius and Maron. Now, I admit, when I saw the Selenius and Maron one, I got really confused and then remembered that they are the members of the Cloven Elders Council, which surprised me because, as far as I'm aware, they're not actually in the Lightning Thief. So what that is telling me is that they're basically leading to some more Easter eggs and threads to go on, ahead from this, because obviously Cloven Elders become a little bit more important in some of the later books. So introducing them here, well, it could be where we get the scene of Grover getting his searcher's license to go looking for Pan. I don't know, but the fact that they're here, and it does seem to be only for one episode of the 8, again, full confirmation that it is definitely going to be 8 episodes, somewhat concerning for me, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, there's a lot of potential for this. So it says for the breakdown of episodes, Sally will be in 4 or 5 of the 8, Gabe will be in 3 to 4 of the 8, Chiron will be in 4 of the 8 episodes, Mr. D will be in 3, Luke Castellan 4 of 8, Mrs. Dodds is in 4 of 8 as well, Medusa is in 1, obviously the Medusa episode, and then the Cloven Elders will be in 1 episode as well. Some of these do slightly surprise me, but that, that'll be a conversation when we actually get to the release of the show. But this is great news all the same, to see that there is more breakdown, that there is more casting happening. And alongside that, we got more news that we have a full lineup for when the show is going to be filming, so when production is going to be happening. Filming will start in June of this year and last until January 2023, all of which will be in Vancouver. Though I assume there may be some on-set filming as well, which may be outside of Vancouver. Now this will be about 8 months worth of filming for the cast and crew, basically meaning June 1st to January 26th. And the fact that they're going to be doing this, in a sense, kind of gives this idea that, based on how we were also told for episode 1 and 2 were the ones that were going to be filmed in June and July, basically an entire month is probably going to be dedicated to filming each episode, which is pretty interesting, because as far as I'm aware, that's not usually how things are done. But what it does mean is that there's going to be lots of work put into making sure these episodes are incredible. I'm just somewhat surprised as this, but admittedly I'm not the most knowledgeable about how filming works for big productions like this, but just from my knowledge of seeing how it's been working for the Avatar Netflix adaptation, it doesn't look like it's fully been done like that. But again, it could just be a different practice for how Disney done things in comparison to Netflix. But either way, this is very exciting that things are moving forward. We're getting more casting that's happening, but this is all exciting news. Things are progressing pretty well, and there's just a lot of fun stuff happening, and I'm really looking forward to it. I know last week I was a little bit more nervous considering the whole current controversy going on with Disney in relation to the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. Links for that are going to be in the description box down below again. But as long as Rick is involved and that there are people involved in this project who I think, seemingly are in support of the queer community, I can be a little bit more cautiously optimistic for when it comes to characters like Nico in the future. But things are looking good. We've got more books coming out from Rick Riordan Presents authors, possibly more from Rick himself, and more adaptation news. So it's been a good week for news for the Percy Jackson fans. As always, if you liked all this sort of stuff, go check out for more information in the description box down below, alongside hitting that subscribe button if you want more weekly news to do with the Riordanverse. This has been a great week, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to be coming in future. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time.